Yo, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to teach you 10 British English expressions in 5 minutes. They are all super informal, and it's a mix of idioms, slang, expressions, and vocabulary. And they are all quintessentially British, okay? You will hear them across the UK, and if you ever visit England, you will most definitely hear some, if not all, of these. All right? So, with no further ado, number one is all right, all right. And this is a greeting. It simply means hello, good morning, good evening, any time of day. You can use all right to say hello. It doesn't necessarily mean are you all right. You will see British people saying all right, mate, to each other. They don't actually respond with how they are feeling. Number two is cheers. Cheers usually means thank you or goodbye, and it can also be used when you have a drink in hand and you clang your glass with your acquaintance and say cheers in a celebratory manner. Often used to say thank you, for example, cheers for your work today, or it can mean goodbye as well. For example, I'm off now. Cheers. Okay. Number three. Number three is fancy a cuppa. Fancy a cuppa is an informal way to offer somebody a cup of tea. So, for example, you might hear somebody say to another person, hey, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Do you fancy one? Or do you fancy a cuppa? Simply means, would you like a cup of tea? And you can also respond and say, I'd quite like a coffee if you have any. I'd quite like a coffee if you have any. So it doesn't necessarily only mean tea, can also request a cup of coffee if you wish. Okay, number four is an idiom, and it is Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. Now, this is commonly used again, and it basically means that something is easy or simple. For example, making angel delight is so easy. You just add the ingredients, add some water, mix them together, and Bob's your uncle. You're sorted. Okay? Bob's your uncle. It's done. It means everything or the thing you're talking about is very easy to complete. Number five is easy peasy. Again, this is just a play on words with easy. It's just a fun way to say something is easy or simple. For example, maybe my friend says to me, Alex, can you bring over a chair when you come to my house tomorrow? And I'll say, easy peasy. I can bring over two if you like. It just means the task is very easy. Number six is give me a bell. It means give me a call. So if somebody says to you, give me a bell, it means call them. You have to call them, okay? It's very common, again, very informal, and here's an example. I'll be free later, give me a bell then. Okay, number seven is mate. Mate means friend. It's just an informal way to say friend. And an example would be, all right, mate. All right, mate. So, all right, that we covered earlier, and mate means friend. Number eight is another idiom, and it is not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. And if something is not your cup of tea, this means you don't like it. So, for example, I don't like horror movies. They're not my cup of tea. Okay, number 9 is on the pull. On the pull. And if somebody is on the pull, it means that they are out looking for a romantic partner. So, for example, you might hear somebody say something like this. He's been going out every night over the past 2 weeks. I think he's on the pull. I think he's on the pull. Okay, number 10 is another idiom, and it is a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Again, this is another way to say that something is easy. And an example would be something like this. Learning English is a piece of cake when you have so many valuable online resources that you can use. Okay, that's all from me. I think we've done this in just about 5 minutes, so thank you for your attention. I hope you've learnt some new high quality, informal British English expressions, and I encourage you to try to use one or several of them in the comments below this video, and follow me for more real life English content just like this. All right, take care.